Mail is disappearing, and to those it's happened to, they tell us it's not only alarming, but it's disappointing.
Yeah, postal theft may have you thinking twice at your own mailbox, but now you might even have to worry at the post office. I-Team reporter Ginger Allen digging into a mystery that you've uncovered involving now the Dallas, Maine post office.
That's right. If you travel Interstate 30, which is behind the camera, you've likely seen this on the north side of the interstate. Many of us have mail which circulates through this main facility, or you may choose to do what the car back here behind me is doing, and that's drive through this driveway and stop at one of the two blue boxes to drop off your mail. That's what a Dallas business owner did, assuming it was the safest thing to do. However, she found out otherwise.
For 28 years, from deep inside the World Trade Center in Dallas, Kim Pettigrew has been designing homes and businesses.
Don't you want the room?
I love that right there.
And
for 28 years, I've been cutting checks at my place of business and mailing checks at the main post office in Dallas.
The furniture showroom owner says her same manager drives the same business checks every week.
Same place.
So just drop the mail right here in the slot.
Almost same time, give or take. Within an hour.
Same thing every time.
Even the same account.
Same exact bank account number.
Well, until now. On Friday, February 16th, Pettigrew's manager dropped a nearly $3,000 check in one of the drop boxes.
Right here.
But 3 days later,
the Monday after, I was called by a financial institution in Fort Worth.
That check should have been headed to Pettigrew's bank in New York. But instead, within 72 hours, it was 40 miles away from the main post office, here at PLS Financial, a check cashing company on McCart Street in Fort Worth.
A woman was presenting my check for cashing. She's definitely not anyone I've ever written a check to.
PLS contacted Pettigrew and she called her bank, but her troubles did not end there.
What happens on Wednesday?
So Wednesday morning at approximately the same time that I got the call on Monday morning.
Another employee from PLS called Pettigrew again, asking if he should cash the check again. The same check, the same woman, at the same place.
I said, if you don't take that check and call the Fort Worth police, I don't know what else I can tell you to do. It's fraud.
Pettigrew convinced PLS to send her a copy of the counterfeit check.
On the fraudulent check, the amount of the check was the exact amount of the check that I wrote.
And the font was the same?
The scariest part was my signature. They couldn't reproduce the holographic or the security emblem, but everything else was definitely exact.
Telling you that whomever this was had your original check.
Yes.
PLS sent Pettigrew the driver's license the woman repeatedly presented while trying to cash the check. The I-Team has confirmed this is a legitimate document and a real Fort Worth resident. We've repeatedly visited the address, leaving messages on the ring.
I'm looking for someone that lives at this location to call me back.
Hoping to find out if the license was stolen or if the woman was involved.
I have a copy of a license for someone who lives here.
We haven't heard back from anyone there. We also visited PLS.
Are you familiar with the situation?
And while no one locally would talk to us, the corporate legal team told us their employees called Pettigrew because that's the company's practice if they are suspicious of any transaction. They also told us PLS has received a search warrant and is sending surveillance videos of the check cashing attempts to Fort Worth detectives. At this point, Fort Worth PD and the postal inspectors will only tell the I-Team they are investigating. And this proves those investigations are taking place all over the country. We obtained this warning the Treasury Department sent to financial institutions nationwide. Despite the declining use of checks, criminals have been increasingly targeting the U.S. mail to commit check fraud since the COVID-19 pandemic. It states in 2022, the department received more than 680,000 reports of check fraud. That's nearly double previous years. And the alert warns this surge in schemes is targeting U.S. mail.
The Department of Justice has been a great partner.
The rise is the reason Postal Inspector Sean Smith tells the I-Team the public needs to do what Pettigrew did, report the theft. But he admits you may not always get a response.
Are you able to get back to everyone?
I don't know if we will get back to everybody, but that doesn't mean that an investigation is not happening behind the scenes.
Right.
That report that you send us could help us in our case.
People count on the U.S. Postal Service. We've got a huge problem here. And if someone doesn't acknowledge that we've got a problem, it's never going to get fixed.
So I did reach out to the post office to see if they would acknowledge or explain how the check moved from here so quickly to Fort Worth. A spokesperson would only send me to the U.S. Postal Inspectors. I talked to them again just this morning, and all they will say is this is an open investigation.
Well, it's funny. The trail on this one is very evident with your reporting, but this is not the only case involving check fraud that you're looking into, correct?
No, Doug, I'm looking into 2 more cases that actually also involve businesses. One is out of a Fort Worth post office. It involves hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of checks. The other one is another Dallas post office, but get this, that check was worth $70,000.
I think that's the scariest part of this, is that so much of us put trust in the mail system that what we are mailing is going to go where we are sending it. So there are other cases that are still being investigated, but did we learn specifically about how this could have happened?
We're still looking into specifically how this one happened, but I would like to tell you, in doing the research, there are 3 possible ways that we have determined thieves are typically getting this mail. One, the Department of Justice has sent out several press releases nationwide talking about internal employees that are arrested for mail theft. The second way thieves will get in these is using a phishing device to actually pull the mail out of those blue boxes. And then a third way is one my colleague JD Miles has reported on this newscast, and that is attack of mail carriers to steal those arrow keys. The arrow key is the master key which is used to get into these blue boxes. And we will have more on that coming up tomorrow night as CBS News continues to look at the systematic problem that is allowing that arrow key theft. You know, this is all part of an investigative effort with my CBS investigative colleagues nationwide as we continue to do a deep dive into why this mail theft is skyrocketing. And again, I will continue to look into this case to specifically find out how this check got counterfeited and moved to Fort Worth in less than 72 hours.
I think it's going to affect a lot of people. It's going to answer some questions and definitely keep our eyes open. Ginger Allen with the I-Team, we appreciate you. Thank you.